most ambitious spectacles the WWF ever dared to produce. April 7th, 1986, a date so grand it needed not one but three arenas to contain its chaos. The Nassau Coliseum in New York, the Rosemont Horizon in Illinois, and the Los Angeles Sports Arena in California. The main attraction? Hulk Hogan versus King Kong Bundy in a steel cage, a battle of mythic proportions between the golden locked American hero and a hulking monster of pure destruction. Bundy, flanked by Bobby the Brain Heenan, had already hospitalized Hogan weeks earlier on Saturday night's main event, a sneak attack that broke ribs and set the stage for vengeance. But that's not all. Elsewhere in this Tri City insanity, Mr. T laced up the boxing gloves to settle his grudge with Roddy Piper in a legitimate boxing match, born out of a series of humiliations, sneak attacks, and one unforgettable televised whipping. George the Animal Steele, the misunderstood hairy beast, waged war with Randy Macho Man Savage for the Intercontinental title. Not out of hate, but out of his puppy dog affection for Elizabeth, Savage's manager and the object of Steele's innocent obsession. Savage, driven by jealousy and twisted pride, humiliated Steele with a bouquet beatdown that will be answered tonight with fists, fury, and probably some turnbuckle stuffing. In tag team action, the British Bulldogs, managed by Captain Lou Albano, have their eyes on the gold as they face Greg the Hammer, Valentine and Brutus Beefcake, vicious champions backed by Lucius Johnny Viv and his bag of dirty tricks. The Bulldogs had recently bested them in a non-title match, and tonight could be their moment. Ricky the Dragon, Steamboat, brings martial arts precision against the mighty Hercules Hernandez, who claims to be the reincarnated Greek demigod, and is managed by Classy Freddie Blassie, a legend of underhanded tactics. Then there's the bizarre spectacle of Adrian Adonis, newly flamboyant in ribbons and pastels, taking on the towering Uncle Elmer of the Hillbilly Clan. Meanwhile, Jake the Snake Roberts is slithering his way into contention, sometimes accompanied by an actual snake, while George Wells, a former Canadian football bruiser, brings raw gridiron toughness to the squared circle. The women's division is represented by Velvet McIntyre and the seemingly immortal Fabulous Moolah, who's regained her title after a decades-long reign and isn't giving it up without a fight. Elsewhere, Corporal Kirchner defends American honor against Soviet menace Nikolai Volkov, who is joined by the fearsome Iron Sheik and the monstrous Big John Studd in a cavalcade of Cold War heel heat. Add in Tito Santana, the Junkyard Dog, Paul Orndorff, and the sinister Funk Brothers with their loudmouth manager Jimmy Hart, and you've got an all-star lineup of mayhem. And then, yes, then, the 20-man over-the-top rope battle royal mixing NFL stars with WWF legends. Where else could you see Refrigerator Perry trying to dump out Big John Studd? Or Bruno Sammartino going toe-to-toe with Jim Covert, Harvey Martin, and Bill Fralice? Andre the Giant stands tall, literally and figuratively, and it's anyone's guess who will be left standing. The pages also take time to profile each wrestler with glorious illustrations and descriptions. Andre's 7 feet 5 inches, 500 pounds. Frame looms over the book, while Hulk Hogan's pythons and American values shine like a comic book superhero. Bundy is drawn as a gorilla-shaped monster with malice in his glare. Even the ads are a time capsule of 1980s wrestling hype. Herb is found, Ricky Schroeder is here, Susan St. James is involved somehow, and yes, Claire, where's the beef? Peller gets a name drop. The magazine closes as it opens. Like WrestleMania II itself, an insane, bloated, thrilling, barely contained explosion of ego, athleticism, and pure 1980s pageantry, reminding us that in the WWF, bigger wasn't just better, it was mandatory.